Another blast from the past coming from 2016 is right back at you with a new scandal. FBI saying that the Iranian government sent hacked Trump information to Biden campaign staffers. Now, you might be asking yourself, Joe Biden isn't even the candidate. Why the hell is the FBI saying it now? If the FBI knows about it now, how did they not know about it a few months ago? And third, if that's so all the case, then why what the hell is going on? And I'm going to break it down for you guys. So the bottom line is that apparently Iranian hackers who are more anti-Trump than they are Kamala or Biden, because Trump would be, as he says, under Trump, Iran was broke. They were $300 billion in debt and Israel would have never been attacked. Okay. Now that I've made you cringe, just understand that basically the Iranians have an incentive to stop Trump. And so they ostensibly have hacked the Trump campaign, kind of like Watergate it over the internet. And so they sent that to Biden's campaign. Now, the big question is, did they use it against Donald Trump? And if so, how? And how does this not affect also Kamala Harris? Because the liberals, I promise you, are going to say, oh, these are two separate campaigns. I know they were literally president, vice president. I know that like 80% of the same people work for both people. But yeah, no, there's nothing in relation. It's like, yeah, I'm married to your grandfather, but there's no incest. It's like, dude, what? It's like, what? Are you sure? But anyway. No, as I read the quotes from the people that work with the government, just understand that they're going to have a bias. In fact, Christopher Wray and the people and Mueller, a lot of people that worked for Trump in the FBI during his administration were also anti-Trump. Okay, famously Comey, all these types. Okay, so take what they say with not a grain of salt, but I'm saying like a Mike Tyson punch load of salt, please. Anyway. So the emails were purportedly sent in June and July to individuals associated with the Biden campaign and contained an excerpt taken from stolen non-public material from former President Trump's campaign. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence and the FBI and CISA said in a statement. So pay attention, right? So sent in June and July. Well, what was happening then? The debate. So even after the debate in July, purportedly, they were sending Trump information to the Biden campaign. And that was also the same month that he dropped out and endorsed Kamala Harris. So they're telling us that the implication is that this still did not impact Kamala Harris in a positive way. Anyway, Iranians have also continued to try to leak non-public campaign material to media organizations since June. So this is very, very stupid logic. Very bad wording too. Very crappy public defender type logic, okay? The Iranians had continued trying to leak non-public information. How the hell can a hacker not only hack like high classified former president files, but also not be good enough to leak information? They couldn't, email the New York Times editor, something like this, trying to leak? Again, very legalistic sort of phrasing, because they want to avoid the very obvious truth, in my opinion, personal opinion, that they not only successfully hacked Donald Trump stuff, but they also leaked it successfully. That's my opinion. Why? How the fuck else are you going to, sorry for the cursing this early, but come on, man. Are you kidding me? I'm like a Joe Biden. Come on, man. Cut me a break. But like, seriously though. So you're telling me you can hack somebody, but you can't send an email? And what you're going to say, like, yeah, they sent all this like stuff labeled top secret information, but nobody had the curiosity of just clicking on it. Bullshit. Oh, and are they going to subpoena the people working with the campaigns that are relevant to this election that also purportedly got these leaks? They're not going to say, hey, let me check your computer to see if you opened it. They're not. Why? Oh, because they're in the pocket of the current administration whom they are sweeping it up for. Oh, okay, great. Look at this beautiful amount of bias, okay? It is unclear to what extent the then Biden campaign read or made use of the information the Iranians sent. Three agencies said the emails were unsolicited and campaign staff did not reply to them. Two things, right? Okay, first and foremost, how the hell is this phrasing at all going to be the same if this were to happen in the other way? So, for example, Trump receives Russian information from hacked materials that derive from the Kamala Harris campaign. Do you honestly think they would have said like, it's unclear if they actually opened it or if they replied or like if they actually used it? No, they would totally say, this is dangerous for democracy and like, this is so scary and this is treason. That's what they would say. So that's that bias. Now, the second point I wanted to make is that they're confidently saying, Three agencies purport that the emails were unsolicited and the campaign staff did not reply to them. What proof do you have of this? Did you subpoena the laptops of the people that reported getting these? Or are we just going off of your word? Like, I'm assuming the Democrat FBI director, whoever did this, said, hey, Caitlin Collins, hey, Anderson Cooper, did you reply to these? They were like, no. And they're like, okay, hang up. News, yeah, they didn't open them. On what basis? On what basis? Did you have a keylogger on their computer? How do you know they didn't open the laptop or the emails or whatever they got leaked? Seriously. Imagine taking somebody at their word. Imagine if there's a investigation over I mean, I don't want to get censored, but like, imagine you were trying to go through Jared Fogel's laptop and you said, hey, Jared, did you open that sort of like compromised like kid stuff? And he's like, no. And then the FBI, that's Democrat, are like, okay, we're going to take him at his word. No, you're going to go through his computer. You're going to get a warrant. You're going to say, what the fuck? Like, this is huge. We're not partisan hacks here at the FBI, but apparently they are, right? Because what the hell is up with this? Like, are you going to take people at their word when they're the ones that could be liable for treason or whatever you would consider this? Really? Look how cozy this spokesperson is for the Kamala campaign, who was also working for Biden. Coincidence? I think not. Anyway, she's, I think it's a girl, right? Morgan Finkelstein. Well, I can't tell. Anyway, we're not aware of any material being sent directly to the campaign. A few individuals were targeted on their personal emails with a phishing attempt. Okay, well, look. How's that right? How's that true? It can't be true. Why? Well, look. We're not aware of it being sent to the campaign, but individuals working for the campaign. So isn't it the same thing? It's such a facetious thing because a lot of people don't know how this works. And granted, I'm not the hegemon of the Trump campaign, but I'm pretty sure that if you're a hacker, you wouldn't just say at Trump campaign 2024 at gmail.com. You wouldn't send it there, obviously, if that even exists. It would be like, hey, Steve Bannon at Gmail, like specific people. Send it to specific people. Corey Lewandowski, look at this. Not send it to the general broad, trash bin. Are you stupid? So also, how is it not sending it directly to the campaign if you're sending it to a ton of people at the top of the campaign? Isn't it the same difference? Imagine if you said, yeah, well, we're not sending money to the campaign, but I'm directly giving you $1 million to the top 10 people working for the campaign explicitly for the campaign materials, but it's not directly to the bank account of the campaign. So therefore I'm going to talk my way out of it. No way, Morgan Finkelstein. That is a very fallacious argument. It's stupid as hell. You must not believe in hell because there needs to be some consequence to lying straight up. Okay. This is condemnable. Very, very bad wording, by the way. So it's a phishing attempt. Okay, yeah, sure, totally, bro. And if so, why not show a screenshot of that of the notification of the email, where you could probably tell oh, this does look like a phishing attempt. In which case, I could maybe buy that dozens of people purportedly being sent this did not open it at all. Yeah, maybe. Now, another complicating factor is that Trump at the New York rally recently has said, okay, I'm not doing the voice. I'm sorry, guys. Iran hacked into my campaign. I don't know what the hell they found. I'd like to find out. Couldn't have been too exciting, he said. Well, that's the thing. Whatever's hacked material probably, isn't that crazy as a guy who's running for the third time president-wise, probably doesn't have too many skeletons in his closet, so hacking his material probably isn't the biggest deal. That being said, it's the thought that counts. In the opposite way, it's the principle, really. And so, what could have feasibly had happened is that they hacked his stuff, didn't find anything too crazy, hence why the media didn't go crazy over Donald Trump has a dead body in his apartment. It wasn't anything like this. It must have been small stuff like precinct captain lists and oh, we have this guy going to this route. It wasn't probably that big of a deal. And so they probably did send this to the Biden campaign, implicitly to the Harris people, just logically. You can do what Kevin Bacon, 6 degrees of separation, and there's probably one between literally every single Kamala worker and the Biden types. Anyhow, so yeah, they probably got all the stuff from the Iranians. Probably wasn't anything major. Hence why you can't tell if they used it or not, opened the emails or not, because whatever they found was not that damning anyway. And so therefore, that's it. But I mean, the bottom line and the takeaway is that the sweeping effort and the janitorial services are at full swing. I mean, they would probably like Trump to be in office because he says no tax on your overtime. And these fuckers in this FBI, CIA, CISA, every 3- and 4-letter agency seem to be working overtime to really sweep up what seems to be election interference in the highest degree. And by the grace of God, Donald Trump seems to be an upstanding citizen insofar as he probably doesn't have too many secrets to be exposed at this point at the age of 78. So basically no harm, no foul, according to what the media is saying now. But clearly, they have run afoul and covering for the most pernicious of actors. And I just needed to put my little audience, my measly little audience, hey guys, thank you for 5,000 subscribers. I wanted you guys to know what's happening, because this is all too similar to 2016. And ideally, it's similar in the way that Trump will also win in 2016 and in 24 by massive margins, okay? Underdog W incoming. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you on the next one. Adios.